I did that, and it's like, you don't need to do that, man. Like, it's not worth the risk, especially nowadays. You know, kids are getting felonies over like just a tag. My name is Isias Lopez, but I go by an artist name, Isias Crow. So I was born and raised in El Paso, Texas, and I live both in El Paso and in Juarez, Mexico. I would see my dad do his paintings. He's an artist himself, and I would see him painting. So growing up, you know, 4 or 5 years old, I would see him painting, and that really intrigued me and it motivated me to start painting myself. Yes, I am self-taught. Till recently, I went to the Art Institute of San Diego, and I got my bachelor's degree in media arts and animation. It's not so much that I learned how to paint there. Like, I already knew how to paint, but I understood another medium, which is the digital realm. So even that, I'm fusing some of that with what I do with the traditional mediums, such as acrylics or oils. At 13, I branched off. I branched off from my mom and my dad divorced. I branched off to doing graffiti. And maybe it was because they got divorced. I think thinking back now, I think it was a way for me to like vent, you know, kind of like vent my expression, my emotions and express them that way. I started looking for a space where I felt like that I could fit in. I literally tried churches. I tried circles just of different people. And I was young. I'm talking about 15, 14 years old, and I was looking for, I didn't know that what I needed to do was express. And after that, I went home, and I remember I started weeping because I just felt so lost. You know, I was like, dude, like, what am I supposed to do? So I just started doing graffiti, and that felt so good. You know, I just started like, and I go by myself. Like, I hear a lot of cats go, or a lot of people go, and they go in 2s or 3s. I like to go by myself and just paint. You know, I would stay the night in downtown and on top of a rooftop and just paint. I could have gotten about it very differently. And I know my father was one of the persons that kept telling me, like, yo, man, like, my father to this day doesn't own a car. So he walks through, in El Paso, he would walk everywhere, and he would see me. He found out that my name was Kroll at the time. And he told me, he's like, you know what, man, like, you're just ruining communities. Why don't you do something to give to the community instead of taking away? And I was like, whatever, dude. With time, he just kept whispering that in my ear, yo, man, like, remember, and finally clicked. But because of that outlet, then I started seeing other artists through magazines, and one of them was Man One, the COI crew, my friend Work. We were working together, and we were both learning at the same time, so we would push each other in that way. Today, I'm heavily influenced by life, nature, my friends, Pose 2, Chore Boogie, Work, Vile, Man One. Those are the people that I really like their work, and I work with them. I know at times some of their work even rubs off on what I'm doing, but I'll see that, and then I'll make sure that I'm expressing my voice and not somebody else's. And I think San Diego, like, when I came here, that was one thing that I wanted to do, was like, you know what, I started seeing, as I was painting murals out in the streets here in San Diego, I started seeing kids, and I would see myself in them, and they'd be like, yo, man, like, yo, how can I get down with you, or what can I do, and yo, did you see the freeway? I did that. And it's like, you don't need to do that, man. Like, it's not worth the risk, especially nowadays. You know, kids are getting felonies over like just a tag. It's ridiculous.
That their graffiti's art, and others just want to be known. They want their name to be everywhere. So that is graffiti. Aerosol art and graffiti, I guess you could say, are two different things. For young people, I think graffiti is for everyone. It's like an art that's free for everyone to view and see. And some people are really, really good at it, and they're the people that stay to graffiti or aerosol art. They stick to it. And they're the people that shine at the end.
Graffiti itself is just the application of a medium on a surface. I don't really use the term graffiti anymore because it's so negative, and a lot of negativity surrounds the word, so it really brings everything down. I just use the term right now, aerosol art, because a lot of the stuff we're doing is a little bit more complex, and it's also out of the box of the average graffiti. A lot of the older people grew up with the fact of spray paint was used for graffiti. That was the only purpose. Now we have actual spray paint companies that support and sponsor artists, so in a sense, you know, it's not their fault that they complain or have the cops come or harass. It's the fact that they're uneducated about the art and how it's evolved and where it is now.
Why do you do it?